She didn't even. Hi, guys. It's Babs Alexander, your international vocal coach, coming to you live one more time with Pro Tools for public speakers. But we got a special announcement for you today. You can't speak. You can't have a business. You can't do anything with no money. No money, no finance, no romance, just a nuisance. So I have with us today the one and only Joe Williams. Joe Williams is the guru of small businesses in Connecticut. I'll never forget, I met him well over 10 years ago, well over 10 years ago. Yeah. Matter of fact, it was 2014. I remember it. And so I was opening up one of my first companies then. And ever since then, we have continued to connect. And I am so excited to see the transitions he has made as he has taken it even a step further. He can tell you how to get finances with your eyes closed for your business. So we're going to talk today with Joe. And Joe, thank you so much for being on Chats with Babs, so we can talk to our fellow small business owners about what is happening. Joe, can you tell them just a little bit about yourself and what you do and how you can help us today?
Great. Yeah, thanks, Babs. Well, my name is Joe Williams. Right now I'm at the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven. I am the director for the Equitable Entrepreneur Ecosystem, which we affectionately call NHE3, and I oversee $7.2 million state grant program. Yeah. And also at the foundation, I'm a director within the Mission Investment Company, and we make equity investments in companies as well as loan money to small businesses. So the foundation does a lot. I don't think a lot of people understand that we do give out grants, but we do make equity investments, and we will provide loans and loan guarantees to small business here in the state of Connecticut, in particular in the 20-town radius of Greater New Haven. So.
Awesome. So I'm excited because I have this love relationship with the Community Foundation of Greater New Haven, having 2 LLCs and 1 nonprofit. You just happy to meet them. Let me just introduce myself.
Nothing wrong with it.
So it is really, really good. And actually, the side that you're on is my weakest link because I don't know very much of the Community Foundation when it comes to small businesses and what they offer and what they provide. So this is very, it's opening up my eyes as well. As I ask you questions, I'm allowing other people to be able to get this information. And guys, please make sure that you share this out. If you have anyone that is an entrepreneur or small business, and Joe's going to give us a definition of what that small business is, please share this out. Do not let $7.2 million stay on the table. Did y'all see my video this morning? And if you haven't, you need to make sure you like, subscribe, and click the comments, all right? If you got questions, again, put them down below so we can have this conversation. Share. Let's help your fellow brethren get this finances. So tell us now, Joe, you said that monies has come in. And tell us, I think the first question is, who will be considered small business?
Well, any business here in the state of Connecticut that's doing less than $8 million is considered a small business here in the state of Connecticut.
Less than 8 million?
Yeah, less than $8 million. So if you're doing less than $8 million, you can come to the foundation, a few others that receive this grant, and apply for a grant. So what you have to understand is not predicated on size. If you're a startup, there's opportunities for you there too. We've actually set aside some monies for startups, for those who've been in business several years or just been in a couple of years. It's open for anyone and everyone for a small business. And so what you really have to do is just get with the grant criteria that the state of Connecticut has provided, which are very minor things. I mean, don't owe state taxes is one issue and prove that you're in legal existence through the Secretary of State's office of the state of Connecticut. And then you can actually want you to answer some questions in section A and B of our grant criteria document. We want you to answer those questions truthfully as much as possible. We want you to have 3 years of projections so we can look forward thinking, saying, hey, what can you use this money for? What is it for? How does it benefit your business in particular? And then, I really look at every one case by case. I look at each grant personally and make those decisions. So it's a matter of it's open season. I just encourage everyone to take advantage.
Okay, so now, Joe, like I'll give you an example with one of my companies. This company has been slowly rising. They may be, they're definitely less than $8 million. But it is one, and it's a LLC, and it's been in existence for what, almost 10 years now? Oh, yeah, almost 10 years now. So when you say 3 years of we can do projections, because if you
Projections are estimates of the future. So we're in
okay.
2023. I would want to project what's 24, 25, 26 going to look like. We're
Okay.
already in April of 23, or you can tell me this the remaining what 23 is going to look like, 24 is going to look like, 25 is going to look like. It's projections. It's an educated guess of what your future revenue may hold. That's what when someone asks you about projections, they're simply just asking you, what is your yearly revenue? What is your yearly amount of expenses? And there's something on the last line called EBITDA, or net income. Hopefully it should be 10% or higher of your sales for the year. That tells us that you're a very profitable business and that you are very deserving of receiving a grant or some type of funding.
Excellent. So now, I just got through, I was talking with a group of ladies this week, and I told them that I was going to do something on the weekend to work on this grant particularly. And I think I'm going to do it on a Zoom because it needs to be on a wider range for people to be able to do. Because when you say grants, I think a lot of people get frightened and they run away, and I don't know, I don't have enough money.
Why?
I was one of
money.
them. I know.
So, you want a loan?
But I literally, I was one of those that was running because I was like, oh no, even though the business has been in existence, it didn't make a lot of money. I mean, it made some, but it didn't make hundreds of thousands of dollars like I wanted it to. But this is one of those opportunities where you say, no, don't even worry about that. This is start where you are,
right,
and help us where we are.
We're here to meet you where you need to be met. That's what, in a nutshell. That's why it doesn't matter what stage of business that you're in right now. It's where are you? And you have to understand, NHE3 is a network of entrepreneur support organizations. So there's technical assistance, people that need something, say, with their projections, or they need a business plan, they need a marketing plan, they need just strategy. Coming to NHE3, the grant is like the caveat, the carrot, the shiny jewel that you have. But ultimately, you're really trying to get with this network. Right now, in my database, I have 1,100 businesses that belong and are members of NHE3. By requesting a grant from NHE3, you will become part of that great network as well. You can receive all the benefits that all the other individual entrepreneurs are receiving. So why would you want to be left out? There's free services, your tax dollars are at work. And so why would I not want to participate? I always tell people, especially when I teach, the only dumb question is the question not asked. And so you have to learn to pursue your dreams and go for it. And what we're here to do is to help you do exactly that. So it doesn't matter, how much revenue you're receiving. I look at this as a case-by-case basis. This is a 5-year grant program that's in place that the state of Connecticut has provided. And so what we're doing is trying to get you to progress on a ladder, give you to a level of understanding. Hey, here's some dollars, may need to do something, buy a piece of equipment, pay some rent or something, whatever you may do, hire a person. But overall, we're trying to get you to where you say, based on those projections, where you're trying to go. So we may have to fill in some blanks for you.
Excellent. Excellent. I love that, because I think that is so needed for so many. I've been talking to people about like moving forward and stop
Mhm.
This dream of your business in your head and let the business manifest itself, which is it's now, right now,
Right.
it's happening. Everything's in motion, the water is moving, and if you just jump in, you can't even stand still because you're going to get
Can't. The
pushed.
current's going to take you down. This is
Absolutely,
so the
absolutely.
momentum is. I'm glad you brought that up. Things in New Haven County. I've been down here 10 years working in the community. Before I came to the foundation, I was one of those business consultants on behalf of the government, helping small businesses. At the time, I served about 170, 175 businesses a year and moved about $10 million consistently between equity and debt financing. And now to have the opportunity to be able to give out grants on top of the loans and making equity investments, that's significant. And especially when it comes down to our people in the BIPOC community, of really saying, hey, you have someone that looks like you, understands the nuances of opening up a business, trying to run a business. And so it's nothing new to me when it comes to small business. What you have to understand is, are you willing to take advantage? Are you willing to
Absolutely.
get in the water, tread water before you know how to swim? That's what it comes down to.
So we can do it scared. That's my motto this year. Do it scared, because this is the opportunity. I mean, just last year long, I spent over $20,000 in investing in my corporation to ensure that it launches forward. So in doing that, of course, it's put me in front of major audiences all over the world. And I am yet coming back trying to pull my brothers and sisters with other small businesses that we don't go it alone. There's so many opportunities out here for us. And the only opportunity is the one that you don't take advantage of.
Absolutely.
So people,
Absolutely.
tell us, Joe, how can we, one, access this information? Two, if we have questions, what is it that we need to do so we can stop standing there looking at you?
All great questions. One, you can go to nhe3.org, which is our static website. You can get some information there. You can actually, pick up the phone and call me, 475-321-9011. You can send me an email at jwilliams@cfgnh.org. That's jwilliams@cfgnh.org. And so whichever method you want to take, go to the website, you can sign up there. You can call me, 475-321-9011, or simply drop me an email, jwilliams@cfgnh.org.
Okay. Thanks so much, Joe. Now I want to make sure, I got to double check to see if folks over here have asking you some questions that I don't even see. I don't know what happened to my little admin that was helping us out here, but we really want to make sure that people have this information because it's pertinent. It's pertinent that we get it, and it's important for us to start this now. So how about for those people who said, well, I'm at the very beginning. Only thing I've gotten is just the word LLC, and that's all I've gotten. Can they apply for this as well?
Yeah, some of them can. I will look at a startup as well. And what I do is called a progressional ladder. So what I'm going to do is not only provide them a small amount of a grant gesture, but I want them to get the technical assistance they need. Remember, if they've never owned a business, they may or may not have a business plan. They need one, especially if they're going to seek out further financing. And we're going to give them the support that they need from our ESOs that are in the area, that are the nonprofits that are working with startups. We may put them into an accelerator program that may help them with that. If they're in the city of New Haven, we may assign them to the city of New Haven through their small business academy, which will help them with a business plan, teaching them a little bit about marketing, a little bit about finances and accounting, and even expose them to possible lenders. If they're looking to be in some kind of other program, maybe they're looking to open a food truck or something, I might send them over to Collab. They may be in business, 2 or 3 years and say, listen, Joe, I want to scale my business. What do I do? I might send them over to Known Entrepreneurs or the Black Business Alliance for some support services. So no matter where you are in this circumference of your beginning of your philanthropic career or your entrepreneurial career, we have something for you. What you need to do is just engage us so we can really help you. If we don't know that you were out there, we don't know that you need it, guess what? You can't get the help that you deserve. So that's the first thing.
So true. And now, Joe, in order for them to continue to do these efforts, you've already given us the website. And when you said you're saying NH is in Harry, is that correct?
NH and Harry, New Haven, Equitable Entrepreneur Ecosystem. That's what NHE3 stands for.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today and give us all the tools and information that we needed to be able to do this. I am going to put the website down below, people, so you can take advantage of being able to move your business forward. It is no excuse. No, don't even come to me and say you are trying to do anything if you haven't done it.
Right. Right.
Failure is not an option.
Not an option. No.
Nope. This is the fulfillionaire season. Let's make it work. All right. And thank you so much, Joe. Is there anything else you want to say to us today?
No, this just, listen, if God gave you a dream and gave you a vision, the word says, write it down and make it plain.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're talking about. Write it down, make it plain, get in the water. You never know where you may end up sailing away to.
Absolutely. And if they use liveplan.com, not only you're writing it, it automatically gives you that 3-year projections. You already have.
It really does. And let me give a jewel, since you brought LivePlan up. I have clients in my office to come to me. I tell them to go to bplans.com.
Oh, what's that one?
B as in boy, the word plans, plans.com.
Okay.
And why do I tell you to do that? If I've never written a business plan, there's 500 actually written business plans, fully funded, that may have the same industry that you want to go into. In business, you don't have to do this alone or do it by scratch. Think about, in a business plan, you have a marketing plan. It talks about competition. It talks about mission and vision. Remember, you're in the same industry. If they're doing something successful people mimic other successful people.
Absolutely.
Very simple. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. Bplans.com. I would encourage anyone that has to write a business plan. That's the first place I would start.
Okay, B plans, Babs plans. No, bplans.com. I'm going to check that out myself. I haven't heard about that one because it's so many business owners or so many entrepreneurs that have opened a business and it's lying dormant. I mean, I can't say I have another one, and it's larger than life. I didn't know that Tutors for Teachers was going to grow as big as it was growing, but I did not have the funding to sustain the organization. It was, and the company was such a fantastic idea. When Princeton and ETS started calling, I knew I had something. They were like, "Who are you and where did you come from?" And I was like, oh my God, where do I get the funding? Where do I get the funding? And when you are a startup business and you come up with a brilliant idea, it's not very many funders that will fund you.
There's tons out there. You just got to know which ones, talk to the right people.
Oh, well, we need to have you come in and talk to us some more now, Mr. Joe. We're going to have you come back again. We have to break this down. So we can be able to continue to help small business owners get where they need to go. And those small, I don't want to say small business because they hadn't even made it there. Small visionary owners, they own it in their mind, but they haven't developed it in their hand.
Bottom line, you got to write it down. It doesn't become reality, and it's just a dream or a vision until you make it plain.
Absolutely.
That's the secret. Once you write it down, you're on your way.
I hear you. Well, mines are all in writing, so I'm going to be submitting. Oh, that's another thing. If you have more than one company, can you submit each company individually?
That's something that's still in debate. The state of Connecticut hasn't fully decided on that. Hopefully, at our next meeting in April, we will decide that. That's a call of the state of Connecticut.
In other words, next question is, when is this grant due?
It's a rolling basis. So this grant program is going to go on for the next 5 years.
So in other words, you're saying first come, first serve on these funds.
Absolutely. First come, first serve. So roughly I give out about 150, 175 grants every single year over the next 5 years.
And what kind of average prices are we looking at if you are business of 7 to 8 years or
Yeah,
10?
the average grant award, has been averaging around $8,000 is the average grant award up to this point. But everyone's in different stages, and startup, of course, is just be less because they're a startup. But for those that have been in business and things of nature, it's really set up to really look at the technical assistant needs that you have, the possible loan or debt options that are out there for you, and to scale your business. What the grant does is to help you achieve some of that, but also lower the cost of interest. And that's how you should use it. It's a strategy. So what we're doing and what I'm helping people understand is that this is a strategy, right? For our people, the BIPOC community, the inner city, those that need help, to say, listen, there's a way of how you scale a company. Just don't go it alone. There is help.
All right. Well, I'm trying to catch the lifeline y'all throwing out. We got it.
Good. I'm happy.
All right. That sounds so good. I really do hope that we continue to have these conversations because they are so desperately needed. Maybe even in after hours. What happened to First Fridays? Do they even still do it?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that in a long time. Maybe COVID killed that, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring it back.
Don't give me no ideas, because I'll come up with a First Fridays and have it over at the Westville Performing Arts Center. First Fridays, let's go. This we can start talking about scale, sell, and deliver, because that's exactly what we need to do with these businesses, so they can come out of each other's heads and get some accountability partners, and make sure that whoever it is that you're connected to is already where you want to be. So if Joe's already trying to give us this information, then I think you better catch hold, get your hook, and let's go. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Joe.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure talking to you. And thank you so much for coming on Chats with Babs. And we will definitely, share the information out, but continue to be able for people to hear this podcast, because it's information needed so people can excel. If you are in the New Haven County, in any of the 20 towns, and if you don't know what the 20 towns are, please make sure you go check out a map. Then type in New Haven County and you'll see them all. Okay. Thanks again.
Thanks.
You take care. And we look forward to having you on our show again.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.